Hello everyone, welcome to this session. As soon as we are done with the day's work, we plan to go to bed and have a good sleep. But what exactly is sleep? Hi friends, I am Dr. M. Singh. Today I am presenting the basic description of sleep as to how it happens, the normal process of falling asleep, and some of the basic factors inside as well as outside the body and surroundings that help in this process. The following information will help you get some idea about occurrence of the sleep state and help understand additional forthcoming sessions about sleep mechanism. This knowledge is crucial to diagnose disturbance of sleep and make it easy to fix it if you have any. So, sleep is a natural periodic state of rest and restoration. It is a blend of physiological, psychological, and behavioral processes. It's a state where we disengage from our environment and become relatively less or even unresponsive. According to Colin M. Shapiro, sleep delights, brightens, regenerates, and may even lead to fatigue. It can overpower like a heavy, irrepressible fog or elude us like the sweet thrills of happiness. In addition, F. Scott Fitzgerald adds that every man's insomnia is as different from his neighbor's as are their daytime hopes and aspirations. It is an essential body function. Sleep is a basic necessity for all the daytime functioning and is vital for nervous system development. Good sleep prepares us for better alertness and productivity during the day. In general, sleep may be described as light, medium, deep, and dreaming sleep. In scientific terms, we call it as rapid eye movement sleep, which is connected to the dreams. We call it as REM sleep. Despite being common, sleep is highly individual experience and complex. Sleep-wake cycle is controlled by two main biological mechanisms, the circadian and the homeostatic process. Circa in Latin means around the day or about the day. Ultradian is the term used to describe the terms shorter than a day but longer than an hour. For example, we talk about the sleep cycles. Infradian rhythms have periods longer than a day like menstrual cycle in the female. Image, we can see there are three graphs. On the bottom is shown the homeostatic drive. In the middle is the circadian day and night light and darkness functions, and then on the top we see that sleep is a or sleep propensity is a function of both the circadian drive and the homeostatic drive. So these should act in concordance or coordination so that we achieve a good sleep at the proper time. So the quantity and quality both are controlled by these two factors. Central controller, which we call the master clock, is located in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is in the anterolateral hypothalamus. It is also called the superclock, biological clock, and the more important point about this is that its period is slightly greater than 24 hours. So what does that mean? Normally, when we try to fall asleep later, it is still easy to sleep in the later part of the night. But if we try to go to bed early, it is not that much easy to fall asleep. Next factor we are going to discuss is the melatonin, which is secreted by the pineal gland in the brain. It plays an important role in the regulation of sleep, and it also helps as a coordination between the circadian and the homeostatic process. On the left side, you can see the location of the master clock or the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This is the one which governs the circadian process of the sleep. And on this right side, we can see the pineal gland, which is the place where melatonin, the main hormone for sleep, is secreted by this gland. There are some other factors also associated with this organization of sleep. There can be the diet, there can be other hormones in the body, even the core body temperature will be discussing the later part of the slide. Shift work, activity, exercise, and even travel across the world in different time zones can affect sleep. Homeostatic mechanism is any self-regulating process by which biological systems tend to maintain stability while adjusting to conditions that are optimal for survival. It means that the longer you stay awake, the greater your need for sleep. Or if you are sleeping longer in a night, the next night may not be the same, that you may not be having the same quality or depth of sleep on the next night. The circadian and homeostatic processes are coordinated by various genetic, physical, behavioral, neurochemical, and hormonal factors like melatonin, genes, diet or dietary composition as well, environmental and core body temperature, social conditions, behavior, pharmacological agents, and age. So you can imagine there are so many factors which can affect the normal sleep process in the body. In the figure, we can see that the melatonin is the one of the factors which coordinates the organization of sleep with the homeostatic process of the body to the circadian rhythm or the daytime light and dark cycles. So once we are exposed to the bright light, it stimulates the pineal gland, and this is through the master clock in the body that sends signal to the pineal gland to secrete melatonin. Then the melatonin is distributed all over the body organs and tissues, and that helps in synchronizing the sleep process. On the bottom graph, just to give you an idea that during the winters, because the days are shorter and the nights are longer, so that also may be affecting the quantity and the quality of the sleep. Most cells and tissues of the body also contain and have or they express four 24-hour clock mechanisms. They contribute to the overall homeostatic factors in the body to achieve sleep. So the peripheral sleep clocks, they are located in most of the organs, but they are all coordinated by the master clock in the hypothalamus part of the brain. So here we can see they have all the coordination with the master clock, and they send feedback signals to the master clock to help for this process to occur in a proper way in the body. You can see in here there are so many environmental and other tissue and organ system clocks that can affect. The core body temperature is also important in the regulation of the quantity and quality of the sleep. The dip in the body temperature happens about 2 to 3 hours just before a regular awake time. For example, if a person is waking up at about 6 a.m. regularly, his core body temperature will fall by 1 to 2 degrees about at about 3 a.m. in the morning. This helps in stimulating the peak of the melatonin hormone secretion. There are extensive neuronal network groups which regulate wakefulness, non-REM sleep, and REM sleep. They act in coordination to help occurrence of sleep cycles. There are about 4 to 6 sleep cycles when we are sleeping for about 5 to 8 hours in the night. Thank you for watching this video. I would request to send me comments, and if you have any questions, please feel free to send me in so that I can help you with the sleep process, and it will be of much help to me to improve my presentation. Thank you very much again.